How's it going, guys? Today is Monday, April 4th. Just so you guys can see that I'm actually filming with the LG G5 here, this mirror. And what I'm gonna do today is kind of use this phone as a dash cam. I'm gonna mount it on the windshield of my car. I'm gonna go right now on my way to work. I'm gonna be driving. I'm gonna be talking to you guys and give you guys my first impressions, or I should say my impressions about this phone after playing with the phone for the last 3 days. But also give you guys the idea, how wide this camera is, and you can pretty much use this camera almost as a GoPro camera. So let's go ahead and get in the car right now. All right, guys. So I'm now inside of the car driving. I'm sure you guys can see that it looks really wide. It pretty much shows the entire inside of the car. A couple of things that I would like to say about my experience using this phone for the last 3 days. I got the phone on Friday. I believe it was Friday, April 1st. So today is Monday the 4th. Battery life, I'm not sure yet if it's gonna be good, if it's gonna be bad, or if it's gonna be decent. I know for sure it's not gonna be great. That I can tell you. The phone is a 2800 milliamp battery, so it's a smaller battery than the G4 with a 3000 milliamp battery, and it's actually smaller too than both of the Samsung, the S7 and the S7 Edge. Definitely, when it comes to the battery, if the battery matters a lot to you, I probably would recommend the Samsungs over this phone, because they both have better battery. The S7 has a 3000 milliamp and the S7 Edge has a 3600 milliamp, huge battery. Performance, no question. The phone, it's super fast. I did a couple of benchmarking scores, or benchmarking tests, I'm sorry, and the phone was actually, or scored, a little bit higher than the S7 Edge. So in terms of performance, it's really equal to the S7 or S7 Edge. On the design, as far as the design, I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the look of the phone. I don't know, I don't really like the look of the dual cameras on the back, and the connection with the battery module and the body of the phone. For some reason, it doesn't feel flush when you like if you move your fingers or you're holding the phone by the bottom part, you can actually feel the separation between the battery and the rest of the body of the phone. I'm just being picky with that, but I don't know why it doesn't feel flush. It doesn't feel like it's just one piece together when you connect the battery to the phone. What else? Okay, so the camera. The one thing that I have to say that it's my favorite feature from any phone that I have tested so far, it's definitely for sure the option of the wide-angle camera on the LG G5. To me, that's huge, and the reason why I say that, and mostly coming from the fact that I do a lot of videos and all that on YouTube, if you want to use your phone as your recording camera, and especially if you're doing a lot of YouTube things, you're reviewing things, you're basically behind the camera a lot, and you're holding things because you're reviewing something, the wide angle really helps, because you don't have to stretch your arms really far to be able to put something in the frame. With the wide angle, you can pretty much cover everything. Now, the one thing that I have to say about the focus, for the wide angle. Somebody asked me the other day, how close can you get with the wide angle camera? You can get really close, but one thing I noticed is that the focus system on the wide angle, it's kind of like an infinity, like the same style that we see on the GoPro cameras. You know, when you use the GoPro cameras, if you get really close to something, you're not gonna get the blur effect in the background, and this is the same thing with this camera, because it's so wide, the focus is pretty much on everything, so you're not gonna get the blur effect, but pretty much everything is in focus, and everything looks really clear. So that's so far my favorite option when it comes to the LG G5, the wide angle camera. I don't think just alone for that feature, I don't think it's, you know, good enough for me to say that I will go ahead and buy this phone or own this phone based on the wide angle camera. Not based on that only. You know, I really care about the battery life. Sorry about the reflection, guys, but I'm turning around and probably the sun is gonna hit the camera, so I apologize about that. It should be a couple of seconds only. Anyway, so like I said, I will not buy this phone just based on the camera. For me, that's just me. Like, I will base my decision on other things. So believe it or not, a lot of my decision when it comes to buying a phone, it's related to the look, and I know that the look doesn't mean everything. You know, it's really important what the phone offers. I agree with that. But of course, I also base my decision on, you know, what the phone offers. Also, battery life. Camera, it's very important for me, especially because, you know, I'm always filming something. And not that I don't have other cameras, but, you know, when you're out and about and it's really convenient, you want to use your phone. So you want to rely and you want to make sure that you have a good camera on your phone. So the camera matters a lot to me. Probably matters more than other things on the phone. Battery life matters, but I don't worry too much about that because I can always carry with me a small power bank that I can put in my pocket and basically put the phone in my pocket with the power bank and keep charging the phone all day. When it comes to micro SD card, to be honest with you, I have really never used micro SD cards on any phones. I don't really care for that. I think the phone reads the files faster if they are stored in the internal memory. The phone supports micro SD card, that's really cool, but if it doesn't have that, I wouldn't care. Other than that, one important thing that I have to say, and this is why I still prefer Samsung, the Super AMOLED display on the Samsung phones, you know, it's way better than using the IPS LCD displays on the LG phones. The colors looks more vibrant, more saturated. They just look better. Maybe they're not real. You know, if you print out a picture, it's not gonna look like the same way it looks on your screen on the phone. But what I'm saying is, for me, my experience, every time I'm looking at my phone, I have a great experience because of the Super AMOLED display versus the IPS LCD display that we have on the LG phones. They're not that bright, and it's even worse. It's way worse when you put these phones on the power saving mode. It gets really dark. The brightness gets dimmed down dramatically, almost to the point that you can't rely on the auto brightness when you have the phone in the power saving mode, because it's pretty much impossible to see what's on the screen. So that's one thing that I have to say, that it might be a reason for me not to choose an LG phone. That's just me. I'm not saying that the LGs are bad or anything like that, but it's just a preference. So, but I don't want to make this video too long, guys. My first impressions on this phone overall are really good. Performance, it's right there, perfect, super fast. Battery life, like I said, I still need to test it. I think it's gonna be decent, but I don't think it's gonna be great. The main issues I would say is the design on the phone. I've been hearing several comments from people telling me that they don't like the design at all. They think it's ugly. Another thing too is the modules that they sell for this phone. They don't come with the phone. You have to buy them separate though. So how much are you gonna spend? The phone alone, it's like $700. And if you're gonna spend another $200 on the other two models, then you're spending $900 plus taxes, close to $1,000 on this phone, just so you can have the other two models, the one for the music and the one for the camera. To me, that's a lot of money and not necessary. Other than that, like I said, my favorite feature so far, it's the camera. Absolutely love the quality on the pictures, the autofocus, the camera interface. To me, I think it's better than Samsung, especially when you're using the Pro or the Auto mode. I really like how everything is set up there for the camera. And hands down, I have to say that I love the wide angle feature more than anything else on this phone. It really gives you the impression that you're using a GoPro camera because of the wide angle. But anyways, guys, those are my, I guess, my conclusion of my impressions and experience using this phone for the last 4 days. And just so you guys can see one more time, here is the mirror. I am recording with the LG G5 inside of my car, just so you guys can see how wide this camera is. Thank you, my friends, and we'll see you later. Give me your thoughts or your comments. If you got this phone, I would love to hear what do you feel, what do you think of these phones so far. We'll see you later, guys. Peace out.